welcome to another episode of The Flank. I'm joined by the one and only, the human turret himself, one of the best ARs to ever do it, the world champ, Sam LaRue, a.k.a. Octane. We got some of the best analysis in the game. Give it up for the world champ, Christopher Duarte, a.k.a. Parasite. We got the multi-world champion, a multi-champion. Give it up for the legend, the icon, Patrick Price, a.k.a. Ace. And, of course, we got the one and only, the executive producer of The Flank. Give it up for Benji Nassim. Guys, I had a take two on the intro.
Second time's a charm.
Second time's a charm. And you and Duarte switched spots, Sam.
I don't know how that works, but yeah.
Yeah, you're running the show, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. You guys are switching spots on me. It's crazy, bro. Guys, how you guys doing today, man? Good matches today? How you guys feeling?
Great matches today, Tom.
Sam, LA Thieves got a W today. You got your LA Thieves shirt on. How
matches
you feeling?
I've ever seen.
It got a little scary, though, Sam. I'm not going to lie.
No, it didn't. We had it in control the whole time.
We'll see. We'll talk about the series, Sam. We'll get there. Chris, how you feeling, Chris? You doing all right, man?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Had a great night last night, but we had some good matches today, and excited to get back.
How was the
into
rave,
it.
bro? How was the rave?
Oh, it was a lot of fun, dude. I've actually started like talking to some of the EDM DJs and producers that I've been going to shows to, because I'll tweet out their social media, and they're a little bit smaller in terms of following, so a lot of them will follow me back, and I'm like, yo, I'm making connections out here.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
Hell yeah, bro.
The music scene in Austin is, it's one of the best in the country, Chris.
Yeah.
Is it?
Shit going on? Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They have a big. The biggest thing is obviously they got the ACL Fest, but South by Southwest is where the entire music and tech industry comes to Austin for 2 weeks. So
Damn, I didn't even know that. That's cool. Ben, how you doing? Any golf?
Monday we're gonna be doing an IRL golf stream, me and Nameless and a few other people. So excited for that once the snow melts. Be in the 60s on Monday, but today was pretty good. Hung out. I watched this morning. If you guys haven't seen, I watched the Challengers documentary from Shawston. Passion Pit, fucking phenomenal. Definitely go check that out on the Classics YouTube channel if you haven't. Video is fucking incredible. And then some banger matches. Sam said it was in control, but it all started with the control. Got a little sketchy there in that last match.
Right where we wanted them.
Yeah, they get a little sketchy. We'll get there, obviously. And the Passion Pit was incredible. We actually watched it yesterday before the flank on stream, and I'm sure Vals will upload it. But if you guys haven't seen the Passion Pit yet, make sure to go check it out. I thought Shawston did an amazing job. So the editing was insane in that. So a huge shout out to Shawston. Pat, what's going on, Pat? You doing all right today?
I'm doing good, Tom. Just chilling. Another Saturday.
Pat.
Not too much. Not too much. I didn't go to a rave last night like Chris, but I'll be chilling.
Just chilling, Pat. I like that, man. Good to see you, Pat. It's always a pleasure. Let's hop right in. I think we have some things to talk about with some of these matches, and if we do have some time at the end, maybe we'll answer some questions. We'll kind of just go with the flow and see what time is looking like. But let's switch on over, and let's get to our first match of the day. We had the Vegas Legion going up against the Toronto Ultra. Toronto do get the victory here, 3-1 over Vegas, but I will say, Vegas put up a great fight against the Major 1 champions, Toronto Ultra. I thought Vegas came out to play today. Ben, we'll start with you. What did you think about the series?
I thought the hard points are super interesting in this series in the sense of that Toronto opportunity to really win the maps by 80, 100 points, and they let Vegas get back into it. The control high rise was a nice victory to see for Toronto. I know they're working on that map. But man, the Rio was an absolute fucking slammage out of the Vegas. Impressive. They got first blood every round. They were getting the second kill in most of these rounds. It just looked phenomenal on that map. So one to have in the toolbox. I agree with your earlier statement, Tom. I'm really impressed with what I saw from Vegas this weekend. If they keep on this path, I feel pretty good about them maybe getting top 6 or top 8 this tournament.
Yeah, I'm going to get Scrappy in just a second. We're going to go through everybody, and then we'll get special guest Scrappy in the building. Chris, what did you think about the series, man? Toronto came in. They got the W, but Vegas showing some moments. Let's take a look at the stat sheet here. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I think a lot of us kind of predicted a DoorDash series, so typical out of Legion to keep some of the maps close and even take one in a dominant fashion. Scrap tweeted that the game is in a terrible state right now, so maybe he's kind of coping on the close maps. But
yeah,
overall, they get the job done. Scrap has an amazing series as always, but man, dude, I love watching Geo play. I was a big fan of him getting on this team. Obviously, we had our doubts around Purge, but that being said, Geo's starting to show up. So we're going to see what he can do. Nero's been playing pretty good for this team, and Purge hasn't been shitting the sheets. At least not entirely in series. So again, yeah, I'm definitely hopeful for the Vegas Legion. We'll just see if this keeps up because I feel like they're one of the teams that has gone ahead on this Rio curve. They've been playing it in a decent amount of series now. And maybe that's something to look out for if your other team's looking to take this Vegas team down.
Yeah, Sam, talk to me, man. Toronto Ultra, they get the W. It was definitely a little sketchy. I think even in the first map, Vegas stayed ahead of every single rotation. They had a lead for most of the map, and then at the very end, Toronto was able to steal that one from them. I mean, it was a close series. Even take a look at the Karaji hardpoint, 247, 250. I mean, this could have gone either way. Sam, how did you feel about the series?
I love the series out of the Vegas Legion, man. We all had them getting absolutely curb stomped in like 3 maps, I'm assuming. So
yeah,
the improvement that we've seen since the change has been great. Purge, again, to Chris's point, not getting entirely slammed. And I love Geo, dude. Geo has made it a fan out of me. That guy's an absolute shooter. In the listens, I love the energy that he's bringing. And again, granted, we don't expect them to beat these caliber of teams, but their schedule is pretty easy. I think we talked about it yesterday. So if they can continue this level of gameplay, like how they played today, will beat the majority of the league. So if they can continue what they did today, they'll be in a good spot.
Yeah. Pat, talk to me. These are your 2024 world champions, and Vegas, they put up a pretty good fight. How'd you feel about the series today?
Yeah, I was gonna actually, I forgot to bring this up yesterday. I saw Sam had the Ultra hoodie on, so I think he knows what the 2024 world champs are gonna look like.
The Ultra hoodie on, it's a nice one.
But today's
yeah,
LA Thieves odds, so does that mean Thieves are the champs?
I thought no, they don't.
Okay.
Zero, nada, none, zip. No, yeah, I thought Vegas played well. I think this kind of for me solidified that Geo is a solid piece, but I'm still like, I mean, I know we hate this, some people don't like to say it, but I'm still at that point where it's like, I just think this team should be trying to upgrade. I think they got a solid 3 now with Nero, Geo, and Attach, and I think if they just upgrade that last spot, I know he didn't play terrible today, but it's like, in the long run, when we look at it, like he is a liability, and I'm wanting this roster to upgrade because I think if they do, like then they could start knocking on like that top 4 door possibly. I agree with Ben. I think it's with how they look right now, it's likely they could show up and get maybe 5th, 6th, maybe 7, 8 type of range, but
they got the schedule for it.
I feel like though that Purge has been playing better and better every series, at least overall in his individual performances. So
Definitely
it's definitely not like the
bar
worst
was
thing,
also in hell.
Yeah, the bar was in hell. Yeah. But the thing is, I feel like this Vegas team was kind of like what we would talk about with LAG, how it was like an Adam Assault, just need to like play a lot better. But and they had like 3 solid pieces around the other 3. But I mean, Purge is, I think, rising to the occasion at least so far. Obviously, I don't think this guy's going to be a superstar player, but I mean, he's been shooting, he's been doing his thing, and it feels like they're just a lot more comfortable with each other now. So props to them on at least finding their issues.
Definitely think that role change helped them. I mean, Dylan talked about how the playstyle thing and switching the role with Purge helped a lot. And then they also talked about in the interview about Purge just adding to the comms and bringing other things to the table. I don't know, unless he's doing things that we don't see in practice and stuff like that. Maybe there's other things that they like about him. I'm on Pat's side when it's like me personally. I'm always trying to stack talent, bro. Like if there's a pack-a-puncher there to upgrade for talent. I mean, I think you do that, especially if you're trying to win championships and win
That's
majors.
what I'm saying, Tom. The problem is, like, with how talented the league is, like, we talked about this. Like, there's basically a top 4 gatekeep, right? Like,
yeah,
these teams outside of that should absolutely, across the board, be trying to upgrade. Same thing with Rocker. Like, what is the point? Even if you're, like, let's just say you're above average, right? Like, Rocker, we would say, is currently. Like, they have an opportunity to upgrade. Yeah. Why not go for that? Same with Vegas. Like, I just feel like otherwise we're just going to be doing the same thing all year where it's like, okay, they played well, they got a couple upsets here and there, but they're not going to win. And for me, it's, I mean, for the whole league, right? Like I want to see other teams make it interesting, and that's going to require upgrading. Like we've talked about this before. Teams can obviously get better, but at a certain point, we know just from like looking at this from the outside, like you have a cap on the amount of talent your team has. Yeah. And with how stacked the top 4 is, changes have to be made, in my opinion.
Yeah, we actually got a special guest in the building, superstar from the Toronto Ultra. We got Scrappy in the building, folks. We all love Scrap, even though he be chirping a lot. He be chirping. But we do love you, Scrap. Scrap, how you doing today, man? Thank you for coming on.
Chilling, man. How are you?
Good, bro. Good. Chilling. We appreciate you coming on, answer a few questions. Good series today. You get the win over Vegas 3-1. I mean, first question for me to you, Scrap, is Vegas, they definitely felt like they pushed you guys to your limits today. One thing that you did tweet out after the series was GG's Vegas won 3-1. This game is so awful right now. Goddamn. And I just want to get your opinions on it because we've obviously been talking about it, but it's good to talk about it with the current player who's currently in the mix, just losing full about some of the stuff that we've been seeing. What's the main problem, do you think, right now with the game?
I just think like so like the game's fine, right? Like you start off the game, it's fine. Like everything's playing fine, and then there's like a play that will happen that causes someone to spawn somewhere that's just not normal, and then that spawn will it's just like a snowball effect. It's like that spawn causes another bad spawn.
Yeah.
That spawn causes another bad spawn, and then the game just gets so hectic and just like mixy at one time.
Yeah.
That, like it's just so hard to actually read what's going on.
Yeah, no, I agree. Even like some of the spawns are just completely unreadable, and I think it's just like a big problem.
I don't know what it is about this game, but we didn't have this problem in other games. But when two teams are contesting a favorable spawn, you'll see it happen on Invasion, where two players are out for each team, and they're both like evenly matching the spawn presence. That's when the spawns get fucked. And I feel like other games they had like a medium like spawn. I don't know what other term I would call it, where like a team or players would spawn out. And in this game, it doesn't have them. It's like there's like 2 spawn points, and if one team contests the other one, everyone spawns on the other point, and it just causes these timings where people are spawning on top of each other constantly.
Yeah, I feel like Invasion Control is a good example of the map. Like, bro, the first 3 hills of the map actually like are like hard point, makes sense, and then once P4 happens, it's just like
Absolute full.
Shit show.
everyone just doesn't. It's just either you're spawning palace and it's just annoying, or you're spawning out and trying to search for someone while like everyone just spawn kills each other palace.
Yeah. Scrapper, looking at the stat sheet, I noticed that your whole team was in the red carpet. You did have a 1.21, but clearly in the slang
baiting.
department.
I guess I'm baiting.
Yeah, you must be baiting or something.
baiting.
But, I mean, today, clearly Vegas pushed you guys to your limits today. I mean, were you guys surprised by how Vegas came out today? Did you think maybe you guys had an off day? I mean, how did you think the series went overall as a whole?
I mean, I think it was. I mean, obviously it was close as hell, but I mean, they play us pretty close in scrim sometimes, so it's not like we didn't know. Like we knew they could probably like maybe take a map, but I don't know.
So you didn't think there was anything about your game, like your team gameplay?
I mean,
in
I think Dill
particular?
said it in the, I think Dill said it in the S&D, like S&D, like right now, like when you scrim Rio, it's literally just like run mid map and just run at shit. So like you don't really learn anything. You're just kind of just running and hoping you win gunfights. I think they just hard countered us on that.
Yeah, they
and,
probably
we didn't
did.
really
They
switch it up.
must have did some review there. I mean, they slammed you guys 6-0 in the S&D, right? Let's just rip the Band-Aid off. You guys got slammed that map.
I mean, we literally were like half just laughing.
Yeah, I mean,
That's a map you gotta laugh off.
I mean, like I had it like,
so
well, there's
quick.
nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
That
We
map
got
is
slammed.
not. That map is not really like a map where like a lot of strategy comes into play. It's super straight up, and like sometimes like the way around is gonna go is just based off like a singular trade.
I mean, yeah.
So it
I mean,
happens.
Toby got stuck one round. The next round, I got stuck.
Yeah, it's
I mean, dude, we literally walked into the other room after the map, and I was like, bro, this kid literally was just 4-0 on the map. Like, he just won the map 4-0.
Yeah.
Like, and so like I was just like, whatever, it's just a troll map. Like, just move on.
I got a couple clips I wanted to show from the series. Does anybody have any questions for Scrappy before I pull up these clips?
I have one. Obviously, you guys played High Rise Control Day, which a map you don't play a bunch. You guys are just trying to test it out, trying to get more comfortable with that in match situations.
High rise.
Yeah, High Rise Control.
Yeah. I mean, I think again, Dill said it. Like, Invasion is kind of a map. Like, honestly, bro, you don't even have to scrim Invasion. Like at this point, like everyone knows what Invasion is and like how you like play the map.
That map is terrible.
So we just wanted to get better at High Rise. We obviously didn't win it. Like we haven't won it in a match. So just trying to get like expand our map pool, make sure we're good at like almost every map.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Mhm.
This was the third 6-0 in S&D this year. Why are you guys all 3 of those?
Oh, what? Is that true?
That's
That's
true.
insane.
That is.
Sounds like you guys just want to
well-
get that shit over with and get right back to the respawn.
Well, the Rio is just like
What was the
Rio's
other
just
one?
headbanging.
There was the
I think
Minnesota one. There was this one. What was the other one?
6-0 Minnesota. Wow, that was a masterclass. And what was the other one? I don't remember the other
I don't know
one.
what the other one was.
I don't know,
I
but there's
if there is
3.
a third one.
There is 3.
Sure.
They've got. Oh, you're saying Toronto's gotten 3-0'd or
No,
something?
No,
no,
there-
3
there's a part
6-0s
of
in the
all of them.
league, and we're a
They're
part
part
of
of
them.
all
We
of
have
them.
2 6-0s, and we got 6-0'd ones.
You guys 6-0'd Seattle on Karachi S&D. Did you mention that?
Oh yeah. That
Okay.
one.
I
don't
thought
know,
you
you
guys
guys
got
love it.
3-0'd 3 times because I was like, what the? How
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
right.
trying to remember the third S&D loss like in that situation, but Yeah, I think we can move the clips, Tom, if you want.
Yeah, let's have. Well, does anybody else? Chris, Sam, Pat, anybody else? Any more questions? Okay, let's move on.
I don't think so.
One clip that I wanted to pull up was the end of the first Hardpoint Rio. So this is obviously a map where I thought Vegas held on to the lead most of the map. Like I felt like Vegas, they got off to a great start, and in second rotation, Toronto started to bring it back. But take a look at the setup here real quick. If you're Vegas, I mean, this is definitely a setup where you can lock down this time and possibly win the game here. And I think it all comes down to these next few fights. I thought Toronto played this break perfectly. I love the long route here from Kleenex. I think taking a route here is really important, especially because if you just flood through front and you get funneled, you're probably going to lose the game. So just to let it play out a little bit here. Insight, he's going to try and make a play. Purge with the big heads-up play. They win the 2 fights. Like Toronto, they make the pinches. Vegas win the fights here. And take a look how Toronto ended up breaking this and getting the dub. I mean, you can see a pinch coming in from Nero. He tries to go. Do you guys like the pinch from Nero at the last seconds here?
Absolutely. It was a great play.
I do
Sam,
like
why
it, but I think number 4 should have done it, not number 3. Because number 3 was the guy all the way in the back, and number 4 just
Shut
killed the
on.
guy's side door.
Yeah, and then they end up getting pissed on. Scrap finds 1 and Kleenex finds 2.
But that kill was actually the entire game.
The
Like
only
Toby,
reason-
like going big is important, but like him, like Scrap actually killing Nero there was so huge.
I also agree with you
uh,
that that 4 maybe could have been that guy pinching. I almost feel like it's better to just play tight here with your team, though. I don't know. I like the pinch. I think if anybody's gonna pinch, it should be 4, like initially, because I think the timings would have been better. But at this point, it might be a little too late now for this pinch.
Yeah,
Is
that's
he-
what I'm saying. The pinch comes in too late.
The timings
because
are too late,
Number
yeah.
4 should have been the one to take it. But also spawning on this front end, it sucks whenever it's like a fully set up thing. But the problem is I feel like you actually kind of spawn closer a lot of time because sometimes you'll get that like blue spawn by the double doors, and you'll actually just be able to like reflood a lot quicker. So you see the reinforcements for Toronto just come in so quickly. Where number 4, if he takes that pinch, he probably catches a guy right by those blue doors early on, and number 3 should have just reinforced Hill. So
I think Dylan also gets weak, backs up, and doesn't. He's just playing kind of an off angle. He's not really watching over, and I think between him and Purge, no one's actually watching these guys cross.
Oh my god, I
'cause
squared right there. Holy shit.
Purge
Yeah,
kills
he did.
1, kind of gives it up to pick up the pinch, and then they kind of flood and go through front without anyone really spotting them.
Yeah, no, I agree,
They just
Ben.
get a trade.
I think Envoy being able to waltz through front there just can't happen. I think they need to figure out maybe like a crossfire or something there. Maybe Dylan could pop
I was
up
actually
there.
going to say that when they got that first pick, they should have like at least pressured or played for the info. Like the guys like laying down those boxes, playing like an off angle, and he ends up getting caught. But like you get that kill on Toronto, and then they just like kind of like walk their way up, and they're like, wait, why aren't they challenging? They have so much room. They check every single spot, and they just pick out each player one by one. But they should have. Number 4 should have either pinched here, or
I think they
like,
should have
whenever
bumped
they got
2.
this. Yeah, whenever they get this blood on the first on Scrappy like squaring up, they should have like advanced or at least like shown presence, like aggressed. Like they're just letting them walk up. Look at this.
Yeah, they
No,
let them walk up.
Gio could
After you
easily
get
on the
2
police
dead,
car, and this guy can peek the market
after
box.
you kill 2 and you have spawns, I mean, you can have somebody try and push and go rogue and try and push their setup back and try and slow it down. But you're right. They gave Toronto a lot of space, and Toronto just waltzed through garage and just waltzed up the front of the hill. Granted, it was good wins as well from Scrap and Kleenex to win those fights to the front. It was also just big gun fights from them.
And Purge also had a big 1v1. Ended up actually being a 2v2, and Purge wasn't out triggered and lost a big 1v1. If he won the gunfight, they win it. So up
Yeah.
bounce.
But good win, Scrap. Good win right there. That
Thanks,
was
man.
obviously
Appreciate
a
it.
very close match. So good job. Phenomenal job. You good, bro? How much Papon you smoke before coming on the show?
Oh, why does it matter?
I don't want to ask questions. It's a federal question. Let's move on to the control. This was the other clip I have from the series. Now, Sam, we were talking about this during the watch party, but the streak comes down from Vegas here. I think it was Gio who ends up
Yeah, it was
calling it in
Gio's streak.
here. You didn't like this streak, Sam. You didn't
It's
like
one of the
this
streaks
one.
of all time for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't like this streak as well. I just think they didn't really need to use it. I thought they were even getting the back right spawns. I just think, especially when there's 2.5 ticks already gone on B, and you
Yeah.
have full control of A, just keep it. Just save it. Just hold on to it. There's no point in using it here. And I think
Unbelievable.
this was a little
What a
bit
streak.
of a mishap here because honestly, if he's not in the streak, he could probably help on point here. Get these trades to get pushed up. I mean, if they have a streak in the back pocket going into this map, I mean, I feel like a streak on high rise can really be a game changer. And they kind of blew it
The
away.
streak was essentially just meant to relieve pressure, even if they like did like.
But they didn't have
cap
any
it eventually.
pressure.
It was to get them out of their spawn, but Kleenex is literally
Oh,
everything.
there's
and pops a
pressure. There's always pressure.
Kleenex is literally everything. He pops a 2-piece here, gets in the shack, pops another one.
We're
number
always
5 gets a
applying
pick.
pressure.
Like they got picks off of the streak. That's all it was.
Yeah.
Like,
People are
theory,
saying
if
that I
they don't die, it's
backtracked. I
fine.
don't even remember what I said during the watch
You
party.
said you
for
liked the
this.
streak.
I
Yeah,
think
I was letting you rock.
my thought
I was letting you
process.
rock.
Yeah, I think my thought process for when it happened at the time is I thought they were just trapped and was trying to get out. But after watching it back, I agree with you, Sam, because they had 2.5 ticks already on B.
I mean, they look pretty.
It was
trapped.
too late. It was too late.
They look
They're
pretty
also
trapped.
absolutely
No, they
fucked
weren't
for
trapped,
offense.
Scrap. They were out. I thought they were trapped in the moment.
Look at the mini
so
map.
I was wrong on that one during the watch party. I was definitely wrong on that. Watching it back, I
Tom,
agree
they
with
look
Sam.
pretty trapped.
I mean, they have one guy on A, one guy's pushed out right window.
Dude,
There's two
Look
guys
at the
on B.
mini map. Look at
Bro,
the mini
it-
map.
So
just
Scrap,
comes
you liked the
down-
streak. So Scrap, you liked it then. You liked the streak?
I mean, I'm trying to streak there.
Yeah,
You would
you're trying
streak
to
there?
streak to get out of your base. You're
I
trying
mean,
to streak to get
bro,
out of
if
your
you
base.
like, that's how you lose that round is just trying to keep chowing off like out of the windows. You're
Yeah,
trying to
I
like
know.
kill someone. You're
I
trying to
was a
kill
li-
someone to get out of the wet. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. I ended up
And,
fucking changing my opinion on it after watching it back.
It literally just comes down to Scrap winning the 1v1.
and also like, actually, nah, never mind. I'm not gonna say
You
that.
don't want
I
to
was gonna
teach,
say-
bro? Were you about to
Nah,
teach?
No
Nah,
teaches
nah.
out of.
Wait, Scrap.
Major
What
one
about
champ,
that?
Scrap.
What about that streak yesterday?
Which one?
The Wake
The
streak.
one on
Oh,
Karachi.
that one's dog shit.
Okay, yeah, just making sure.
You said that one's
one
dog
counts
shit. That
as
one,
And,
that was probably the worst streak of all time. I'll be honest. That shit was
was
horrible.
It's certainly a shriek.
Oh, that one was awful.
But yeah, guys, I mean that's pretty much. I didn't have much for that series. I mean there was definitely some close maps, but Toronto was able to get the dub there. I thought Vegas played good, but Toronto edged them out. I think we all had Toronto win the series. I think it was closer than we
Yo,
thought.
why is this
but-
guy shooting bodies? By the way,
Yeah, so Purge did shoot bodies. What were your thoughts
took
on that?
that.
Like, you don't average a
I'll be
0.7.
honest, nobody saw the body shot until the highlight. Also, Ben, they're telling me to apologize to you because apparently I was roasting you for your take on the streak during the watch party. But after watching it back, Benja, you were right. But I'm not apologizing. Go fuck yourself. But I'm not apologizing. Go fuck
fine.
yourself.
I don't mind the body shooting. At least his mental's not chalked. His gun is chalked right
Bro,
now.
I
but
hope
his
we turned
mental's-
him heel.
his Mental's good right now.
Turn him
That'd be
heel,
good.
bro.
That'd be good. That might be good for him.
We need more heal players in the league.
Yeah,
for it.
Scrap. I like the body shot. To be honest with you, bro.
oh,
You know, it was Purge shooting your body. It was Purge. It was Purge. Right? Did you feel some type of way that it was Purge shooting your body?
he didn't shoot my body. I just heard about it after.
He was
And I'm
shooting
like,
inside. He was
wow.
shooting inside's body. He shot his body in a pinch. Which, hey man, hey, you can't be shooting Jamie's body, man. It's the Iceman. Is Jamie one of the new Icemans or what? He's got to be.
He's
He
been
is
that
the
since he's been in the
Iceman.
league.
He is the Iceman.
He's
been
the Iceman. Oh shit.
He's been that since he's
Iceman.
been
We
in the
calling
league.
shitty players Iceman. Jamie Insight's the Iceman.
My bad.
Damn. What
Lamar.
the fuck, yo? What the fuck?
No.
What do you
not
mean by
Lamar.
that?
Lamar's icy.
Oh, okay.
So you talking about
Who's the other one,
TJ?
No,
Who's the
TJ's
other
icy
Iceman?
too. TJ's icy too. I don't know, bro. They're all goats. Never mind.
Nah, the full backtrack. Nah.
Hey, it's all good, man. It's all good. Guys, any final thoughts on Toronto Ultra and the Vegas Legion? Any final thoughts, guys?
Yeah, so I think it was a pretty good match. Yeah.
We already got your thoughts, Scrappy. You want to fucking... You got anything else to say, Scrap, on a series? Go ahead, man.
I'm just chilling. I'm
I
just
got,
chilling.
I, got, I
dumbass.
got one last question. I mean, you guys have a pretty interesting remaining schedule. Obviously, start off 3-0. You have 4 matches between Seattle, FaZe OpTic, and Thieves. Which team are you most excited to play coming up over the next few weeks?
I want to play OpTic, bro.
Yeah,
We haven't played
actually
it.
gonna
I mean,
say,
like
you
we
guys
haven't played them this year, so
Mhm. Yeah.
Well,
I want to play
keep
my
in
boy.
mind,
Well, I play AG.
right now you guys have won 11 in a row, and you're 2 away from the record.
Are we?
Yeah, which I
Yeah.
think is FaZe's record, I believe.
Well, yeah, so
They play
beat you
FaZe for the
guys-
record, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
let's...
they play FaZe to tie the record. They play OpTic to beat the record, I think, in that situation. Right?
I was
Okay.
really
Light work.
excited.
Yeah.
I was really excited for a potential OpTic versus Toronto matchup last stage because OpTic was looking pretty good at hardpoint, but lately they've been kind of up and down in their series and their performances. So I don't know how they're going to fare against Toronto.
let's
but
move on because that's what we're talking about next. We have OpTic Texas going up against the Los Angeles Gorillas. This was a 3-1 victory for LAG, but did
Give a
start
special
off.
guest, Tom.
Oh yeah, we got JP coming on. Right? Is he in here?
Yep.
Let me see the map.
All right, I'm
one.
out of here. Peace.
Later,
Oh,
Scrap.
later.
Thank you for coming on, Scrap.
Got you.
Did-
All right,
show
shout
me
out
the
to
map
Scrappy
one.
from Toronto Ultra. Now we got another guest
what's
to
good,
the
what's good?
building. We got
go,
JP,
JP.
Coach JP from OpTic Texas. What's going on, JP? How you doing, man?
We're doing pretty well. I mean,
yeah, bro.
we're chilling. Like, obviously not the best weekend, but came out with 2 dubs. So,
JP, be honest, man. You getting fucking gray hair here watching these matches or what, bro?
yo, a little bit. I mean, yesterday was fucking crazy, bro. yesterday, Ken's last live in 3v or first to die, like no spawn up,
Yeah.
3v14. I'm watching his screen because I have to sit behind him. And I was like, this is not looking good.
But yesterday
Yeah.
was like the movie 300 for you guys, bro. No bullshit.
Straight up. Like that was, dude, AG said it best, bro. We were at the Oracle Arena against Prime, Golden State Warriors, visiting
Pulling from the
team.
logo.
The half court, pulling up from
Everyone's
the
pulling
logo.
up transition threes.
Pulling from the logo.
We end up going to the game and like we have a gritty battle, and then at the end it's just like we get some fouls off, they're missing free throws, and we hit a buzzer beater 3 or some shit. Like that's how it was feeling at that point.
Yeah.
JP, can I ask you a question about this series? Obviously, you guys, go hardpoint team, obviously work on things in search. You guys have picked Team A a lot this year, and you picked Team B in this series. Is that like a choice in trying to, guarantee the map one? Is that just sort of a situational thing in this matchup? What was the thought process there?
I mean, damn, Ben, right with the federal questions right at the
Federal.
beginning.
I'm
Federal
asking the questions
questions,
people
man.
want to know.
Hey,
Like,
I'll
don't
tell you what it
complain
was.
about the question.
No, it's just contingent on like what we're feeling with the matchup and how the maps are going and stuff like that. So
Basically, what he's trying to say is they felt like they could beat LAG in pretty much any hard points, and they wanted to get the advantage in the other game modes. That's common sense. That's why you pick Team B most of the time.
Is that what you were saying?
He's not going to say it. He's not trying to give away. His,
no
tips and
federal
tricks.
answers to federal
Exactly.
questions.
Well, no. There
good
was
answer,
nothing
Jake.
clear
No,
about
but
that.
good
Do you
answer.
think you could beat LAG in any hardpoint map? That's just a general question.
I mean that it was. I mean, I do think so, but I don't think that's the reason why we had chose it.
Sure.
Sure. I want to talk about the first map. Clearly, Shotzi had a grueler here in the first map. He had a .44 here in map 1. He went 12 to 27. But then he goes absolutely crazy the next 3 maps, and he clutches up. And JP, I feel like we saw the same thing yesterday, right? Like maps 3 to 5, like the scoreboard, the stat sheet doesn't always show like the plays that Ant's kind of making around the map. What do you think happened in the first map? When we were watching, we felt like he just had the sprints a little bit. Maybe he was just sprinting around too much. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, it was also like we were getting put in situations where it's like, you probably see this a lot in our like hardpoint losses, but going down huge, like maybe we'll have a scrappy P1, but getting chained on the P2, P3. Like if you see a lot of our losses, that's how it is. So like the real focus is trying to basically like limit those or at least trade those first few, because like whenever we're going down huge right at the beginning, that's when we're usually losing those maps. It's like usually we'll end up clutching maps if they go down to the wire, but if we go down like that big, that's the problem. Like those type of situationals where it's like we're going down, we lose rotation to P2, not getting chained like that next hill is so important.
Because then I feel like at that point you're chasing the game.
You're chasing the game. You're in a
can't get
breaking
rhythm.
simulator, and a lot of these maps,
true.
maps are like you can play off of the score. Like if you're ahead, like you can play off the score, and it's so easy to play off.
Just hard.
Yeah, literally
rotate
just
type
staying
thing.
ahead. It's so easy, and like all the teams do it when they're ahead. So going down that big is definitely the problem.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like watching you guys play, there's just times where you guys struggle to like really like reset and like go for like a team break, and like sometimes
Yeah.
you get caught in the cycle where people are just getting picked one by one, and then like you're just essentially just staggering all your break attempts until it's basically too
Yeah,
late.
literally the breaking cycle. I mean, like props to LEG because they played that map well, like playing ahead the entire way. But dude, it all started with first the P2, and then obviously the P3 rotation. Like I don't know if you caught Fame's credit, but that might be
Yeah,
the most
the Fame
insane
credit,
credit I've seen all
yeah.
year.
That was a good craze.
Dude, even Ken was like, "Yo, check the back corner. He might be playing a credit, and he's not playing the close corner. He's playing the one on the other side of the bed." So we were like, that was some crazy stuff. But
That's when he was laying top red balk right behind the couch.
Yeah.
You guys just ran right in
Yeah.
front of him. Yeah, no, that was tough, bro. Honestly, that's what Fame does really well. He's constantly playing credits, just like weird off angles and weird corners. He does that a lot. It's kind of like his play style.
no, don't get me wrong. They played that well for sure. It was just us where we're in that breaking cycle mode where you're constantly breaking hills, breaking, and sometimes it's just too much to
Always
come
on
back
the
from.
team that's holding the fuck up. Realistically, that's just how the
Basically.
game plays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we get into the map too, JP, and I feel like you guys look flawless in the S&D today. I mean, you guys ran through the Rio really, really quickly. And I think it's just the map we were just talking about. Rio's pretty straight up. Obviously, you guys are a very talented team. So do you think that helps you guys when it comes to Rio S&D? Just a pretty straight up map. Just use the talent, run through mid, hit something out, just do something together. Because you guys were literally holding hands the whole fucking map. I think there was one point where you guys were 4 bottom escalators in the lobby, cornered
Pop
up.
Viper old lobby.
Yeah, it was like I forgot what
Bro, it
Sam
was
called
a
it.
freak search. I think
Called it
Brandon
Viper
said it
roll.
on stream, but it's basically like freak search. But yeah, I mean that goes to show like not only the map, but trying to play more together mid round was a lot of like the talking points post Major 1.
Yeah.
But that map was just a good rep to just get Rio search and like a match rep for sure. Because we had practiced the game mode, but obviously haven't played it in a match yet. So
Right. Well, was that your first time playing it in a match, Rio S&D?
Yeah.
oh yeah, that was the first
Well,
time.
that's always a good way to win it for the first
I
time.
think today's the first time we've seen Rio S&D in general, right? I don't think we've seen it yesterday.
No, we saw Rio S&D before.
Toronto
Was it
played it.
yesterday?
Toronto
I think
played it twice.
yeah, I think Toronto played it.
Grab dropped
Yeah,
14 on that shit the other day.
Oh, I
Yeah.
don't remember.
Yeah, no,
My bad.
we've definitely seen it, but yeah, how's the vibe been like with the team with Search, JP? I mean, has there been anything you guys have been focusing on, or I mean, going into the match with the veto process, is Rio a map that you guys were looking to play? I mean, did you do preparation for it? I mean, talk to me a little bit about your Search.
Yeah, I mean, so I talk about this on stream, but mostly like basically
Whatever you can talk about.
like post major 1 was basically all just working on like our mid round stuff because that's where we were lacking most of the time in search. And like obviously we knew that the problem in our game and if we wanted to contend for like championships was going to be the search because we were doing pretty well in the hard point the entire way. It was just like the 2 that we lost to FaZe in what was it, losers finals. So yeah, it was a lot of focus on the search, but yeah, that was basically all the focus, like mid round stuff, decision making, being comfortable with what we're trying to do. Like after the initial info is already gotten.
Yeah. Listen, I want to talk about the Karachi control, but I want to ask you a question about yesterday's Karachi control for a second. What was your mind like with the 3v12 yesterday? I mean, what were you thinking? Like, what was going through your head right there? Did you think there was any chance of you guys winning that when it was a 3v12, let alone coming back and reverse sweeping and winning the series?
So right when Ken died and he died top red and we had not gotten a kill on point, like there was one guy ticket, one guy top fire who had killed Ken. As soon as Ken died, because I'm looking at his screen, I see he can't spawn up. I'm like,
oh shit.
I mean, this is lost. It's over with. But then they get the instant trade and then the kill and ticket. I think Brandon gets a kill and ticket. So I was like, all right, the only way we cap this is if everyone just literally goes to point and we get lucky somehow. And then they got the kill on Vivid, which obviously like probably shouldn't have happened, but once they get that kill, they get on point, they streak, AG calls for everyone to get in the like small room. And then, yeah, I mean, we cap. So it was, I talked about my stream about it, but it was basically that Doctor Strange shit where it's like, here are all the possibilities and the one possibility where we end up winning the round ends up happening. So
yeah. Now,
granted, like we shouldn't have lost or we shouldn't have won that series. Like I think everyone in our like camp basically knew that. But it was good to like actually have that resilience and come back not only in that round, but the rest of the match, because a rep like that kind of, it shows you what's possible. And especially with the team, it's like, you know, at that point you're like, okay, we can come back from anything at that point. So that type of rep is really good. So
yeah, I definitely think sometimes you need wins like that, like gritty wins where it's like you're about to lose and you just come back out of nowhere. Usually you could just ride off that momentum and stuff. It helps the team culture when getting W's like that. But anybody got any questions for JP? I got a few clips I want to pull up from the series. If anybody's got any questions.
I got one more. Some tough teammates from Pred in this series. You guys have a conversation with him after the series about that one?
Yeah, we did for sure.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with AG's nades. He must just be horking them up like no fucks given and just
nothing will ever be Apathy's.
App has the worst nades of all time.
Does
Ever.
he?
Ever.
Yeah,
Ever.
by
Vouch.
far.
Ever.
Really?
By far, not close.
I never knew Apathy's nades were historically
vouch.
bad.
I think Apathy closes his eyes when he throws his nades.
Ah, Jesus Christ, my bad. Apathy catching strays all these years later, and he's catching strays.
App's a beast.
He's
he
an
just
animal.
He can't throw grenades.
He's a multi-world champ. Let's go in. I want to take a look at some of these clips. I'll let Sam, Chris, Pat, you got any questions for JP?
No, I kind of just want to go through the clips, to be honest.
Yeah, well, one clip is this dog shit play from the LAJ. Let's take a look here and see what's going on. This streak was terrible. I don't. This one's terrible. This streak was horrible. This one's like I'm not even
This
like.
is also one of the streaks of all time.
Yeah, we got to talk about some of the streak usage from the pros. What was the point there of streaking? Like, I really don't understand the point there. They weren't even ready to push. Like, they're not even ready to make plays off this streak.
The streak is bad, but if you watch this map, the amount of times we watch LAG get 2 or 3 kills on offense here on A and not like take advantage of timing's middle map. Like there was, I don't think it was in this round. I think it was in the first offensive round. They had gotten like 3 kills and the last guy was P4 and they all just flooded left and like nobody went middle and they know they can get a free touch and set up. Some questionable plays at LAG and that streak was bad.
LAG's offense on this map is abysmal. I think they have like the worst in the league now. I think it was the worst in the league even before this map started, but it feels like it gets worse every time. They are just too slow. They get opportunities, they get picks, and then it just takes them too long to advance on the map. But also, when they're on this A point, I don't know if you've noticed it, the amount of times a player just ran up the mid alley or even like right behind them, like up that like flank, they just kept letting the guy on point die.
Well, I was gonna say, if you're in a trap here, Chris, sorry to cut you off. Like if you're in a trap where LAG is right now, isn't it a good play to play through mid cut as well? They keep sending people left in chicken coop. But if you go through mid cut and work a trade or two and just get on the point and just get down, I mean, isn't that like a pretty good play for the most part? Or do you think it's not as easy as it sounds?
I don't
mind people going left. I just felt like they never sent anybody mid cut.
Go left.
I personally think you send two guys to get top 3 to get that trade, or just get out and like get multi angles. One person market, one person just plays the mid heady and just kind of like stops people from running up mid, which is essentially where they struggled. Shotzi kept hitting that timing. He kept getting players off that point. But also, something I noticed is they just don't stack this A point at any point in time. Even if they have like a couple kills, I feel like they were just kind of scared that OpTic were going to like make plays, and they still were letting them make the play, even though they weren't stacking. It didn't make any sense. So I'm not really sure what they were doing at all.
I mean, Sam, what would you think the best way to break this A point? If you're putting a blender, the A point is pretty much the gimme point, right? Like that's the point that everybody should be able to cap off the rip with these, especially because you could just off the break off, you could just sprint onto it and just stack if you really wanted to. What do you think is the best way? You think sending maybe 2 and 2, maybe 2 mid alley, two chicken top 3 area?
I don't think it really matters where you go. I think it's just go to the kill. It doesn't really matter where you want to work it, because defense is all about rotation on this map, and if you can force movement out of a defensive setup, that's where your openings happen for getting to the points, whether it be A or B. So I think regardless of where you want to play the kill, I think it's actually kind of irrelevant. But just forcing the setup to move in some way is where, again, you can get your opening to hit.
I mean, you're also spawn closer to that point than the defensive team does. So, like, even if you force trade, let's say the trade doesn't go in your favor by like one player, as long as you get that mid-map pressure, your reinforcements are going to come in so much faster than the reinforcements from the defending team. So.
Yeah, then another clip from the series, a couple clips from the map number 4. I thought this is kind of the game changer in my opinion, JP. I don't know if you agree with me, but the P2s on Skid Row, you guys were able to break both of them. And I think that definitely helped you guys in the long run here. I mean, the first P2 was right here. And you can see LAG, they get there really early and they have a little bit of a lead here. But you could just see how it all like breaks down for them and falls apart. You see one player from LAG ends up spawning out. Dashy's able to win a big one-on-one here. They pick up the guy in the pinch, which I thought was a great read from OpTic, to just read that guy spawning out behind him alley and to pick him up before they collapse on hill. And, of course, they have a guy pinching tunnel. So those spawns are going to come in from LAG, and they're going to spawn deep tunnel, and they're able to pinch on in and break this P2. If you guys are LAG in this setup, what do you think went wrong? Or do you think this was just good plays from OpTic?
Great plays by OpTic. Dashy hit some beamer shots, but also that angle, that graffiti angle, people need to stop playing
It's deceiving, dude.
You have to play,
deceiving.
you have to deny dumpster. You have to deny the dumpster control. If you don't deny the dumpster control and the guy gets on that dumpster, he's going to be able to stop your player that's in the hill from peeking off time and helping you. And since he doesn't have full dumpster control and he's playing the off angle on it, number one, can't confidently peek any angle. So this guy just gets ISO'd, gets the free kill. Number one gets pushed back because of all the pressure from OpTic now, and then it just collapsed from then on. If you're number two, especially if you're a sub player, hug that dumpster or play a better angle so you can deny control of that like off angle. Like it's this graffiti angle is terrible.
Yeah.
Ken also gets a big 2-piece. I mean, obviously, they're funneling tunnel, but Ken gets 2-piece for free at the end of the sequence.
This is really good comms by OpTic to like recognize ult is still up and to know that guy spawns behind them.
Yeah. Surprised Dashy didn't get tagged here on the cross. I thought the guy P2 right here.
He got tagged.
I think he missed his shots. Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the assault in the hill. I'm talking about assault for. You see top P2? No, he doesn't shoot
Assault was looking at garage at first, then reacted to that cross.
I think he shoots him at the end, but I'm saying as Dashy was crossing, he didn't shoot him. And
it's because he was focused. He was looking at garage. It's just because that's what I'm saying. If you don't deny that dumpster, no assault can't freely peek at all. So he's just not helping you.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is Assault hasn't beat OpTic since July 4th,
Jesus Christ.
2019. And you know who's on his team? Me. We 3-0'd him. Smoke showed.
Damn. So you,
That was a Brian stat, by the way.
So-
Tweeted that out today.
So
Black Ops
you
4?
are you saying
Black
that they
Ops
need
4,
you?
yeah.
Pat?
That's what
LAG
it
needs you? Is that what you're saying?
I would never go there. But I was just saying, Adam Assault hasn't beat OpTic since
3
he had
mil
me,
over 3
Tom.
years.
Over 3.
You got it's a tax there. It's more like 9
Oh,
over 3.
Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, really good break, though, from OpTic, too. Got to give him credit here. Bruce wins the big one-on-one. I mean, JP, talk to me a little bit about Bruce, man. Feel like in the beginning of the year, love the way Bruce has adapted his game sense in the way, not his game sense, but the way he's been playing COD. Just kind of being a lot less selfless, playing the hill more, right? Like a lot of, especially in the beginning of the game, people have made comments on the show about, including myself, about Bruce. He maybe getting into the mix a little bit more. He's obviously a very talented player. Recently, he's been getting super aggressive. His interactions have been up. His damage has been up. Is that something that you guys talked about with him, or is that just Dashy on his own game, or is that something you guys haven't even talked about, and that's just kind of how it's going on, and that's just kind of how it's happening?
I mean, Brandon's gonna get active when he needs to get active. I'll just say that. Like,
Brandon's
there are times for it, there are times aren't for it, but it's done with reason.
Brandon's also been getting just
situational,
better.
yeah.
Brandon's also just been getting better because like obviously as reps come in more, you start to kind of figure out where players play, and like if he's given that space where he can just like essentially check every single angle like that, like he can get attacked from, he's gonna win those fights. Like he did it right there. Like he just reads every angle that the LAG player is gonna possibly play, is able to get the free kills, and then opens up the map. So he's just gonna get better at doing that over time.
Yeah, Pat, I see the graphic that you got up on the screen right now. I mean, have you been impressed by Dashy's game? Because I remember you were the one who made some comments about wanting Dashy, and honestly, it was a backhanded compliment. I felt like a lot of people were ragging on what you said about it, but you basically said that Dashy is so talented, you would love to just see him just get in there more, just get in the mix more. I feel like recently he's definitely been doing that, bro. Like he's been everywhere and he's been doing it all. I mean, have you been impressed with Dashy's game?
I mean, the thing is, Tom, I've never not been impressed by Dashy's individual
you like Dashy's
game.
individual. You like his individual.
I called this out in MW2 and even before. My thing was just, I'm looking at this roster, and I still believe Dashy can be that guy on any team he's on. And I just don't want to see him taking a backseat role when I believe he's the most talented player on the team. Mm-hmm. It's pretty simple. But I've always been high on Dashy in general.
I think recently he's just really, and again, it is situational, right? Like JP said, like there's gonna be maps where he needs to get aggressive. There's gonna be maps where he's just sitting in hills and not doing too much. But recently he's been playing great, so I just want to show him some love and give a Dashy a
And
shout
sometimes
out.
sometimes you're sitting in hills and doing a lot. I think Sam's kind of backed me up on this, but there are situations for both, I should say.
Oh,
But if I'm
100%.
Dashy, I'm saying, Shotzi, get in my goddamn hill, because you're throwing up 12 and 27s. I could never.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
also,
saying.
He's
you
been
want
frying. He had one
have
bad
to,
map. He fried
Tom, I
the
was
next
thinking
3
about
maps,
it, Tom.
bro.
I was thinking about it. You know what it reminded me of? You remember when you said you had the lights in your eyes, you went 4 and 23, and then you
I
fried
remember
the
that.
next 3 maps?
I remember that
Like, that's
slang.
kind of what happened with Shotzi today, right? The only difference
And
was,
yesterday.
Tom, he didn't have no lights in his eyes map 1. He didn't have the excuse. And so that's the difference, I believe,
But he
between a
didn't drop 4 and
superstar
23,
and
Slay.
a role player. I mean, 12 and 27, Tom. It's all the same. It's all the same.
You know what I mean? Hey, Slay, I was a superstar.
Yeah, you were a superstar.
So is Ant. You know what I mean? So is he.
Nah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Nah.
Let's go back to the clip. There was another P2 hard point here. This was the second P2. And again, look at the scoreboard here. First and foremost, look at where it's paused right now for LAG. Okay, they have a 40-point lead. They're in the old P1 time, and they have rotation of P2. So if you're an LAG fan, you're like, yeah, this is looking good. We're in a perfect spot here to take a lead. So OpTic, they get the last 20 on P1. If you're LAG, you're like, don't worry about it. But take a look how this just breaks down for them. You have 2 guys, LAG, they're trying to play old, but they end up getting smoked by AG.
What the fuck are these? Hold on. What the fuck are these spawns?
Yeah, the
though?
spawns were
spawns
everywhere,
make
but
sense.
they make sense.
No.
If that double
This
door
is-
spawn
makes
is open, they spawn there every time. It's the
I get it
same
makes
spawn
sense
that Dashy and them read when we showed the first P2.
I get it makes sense in the logic of how this game works, but it's also a ridiculous spawn on paper.
Double
Wait,
door.
where do you want
Kill
them to spawn?
Double door is the primary spawn on this hill, so that's why
Why
They
is
LAG
always
gets it.
spawn double door, bro. I feel like that's
If that
such a-
spawn's open,
it's
you
so
will spawn
sticky.
there.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
such a sticky spawn.
They honestly thought that number 7, Pred, is going to be picking his nose in the hill, and they're going to be able to get a free kill on him. And Fred, not being a dumb player, understands the pressure's going to come from double door, and he's able to pick up a 1, able to fucking stop this guy from pushing. They needed to either double team Pred and Hill to guarantee that side of the map, or they just need to ignore him and just.
Bro, the fact that they hit
ticket
old
booth.
again after getting 2-pieced is inexcusable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got killed by Pred at old, and then they hit it again. Like while Khan is in new fighting for his fucking life, and his teammates are just licking a wall, hitting old twice.
Yeah.
They need to either double team old here, like together, or
They
they
should
just
just
need to
ignore
ignore him and go.
They should ignore him, get
but-
his ticket because his teammate died from tunnel, so he can pick it up, and then the map is cut.
But even
Yeah,
then, they
one
just,
player
like,
could even wrap back and pinch low garage, no?
Yeah, and you hold the guy back tunnel because he's in a 1v1 and you've got all the front side of the hill. Like I agree with Sam.
Feel good.
number
Fuck the
one.
guy in
What do you
hill.
guys think about a player, maybe number 3 off spawn, going apartments to low mid and pinching garage or pinching top mid or pinching
You
tunnel?
need to
like
get
just
to your
pinches
boys
them?
P2 as fast as
That's
possible.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Just cut the map. Just run right through the middle of the map.
Does number
You're
one,
already in new
Yeah.
though. Like
Does
you don't want
number
them to
one-
take numbers with
I want to
spawners.
see if does number 1 read this pinch on the
No, he
pinch
doesn't.
spawn?
He gets shot in the
Nah,
back.
he
Okay,
gets
well
shot in
then,
the back.
Yeah, I was
they're-
gonna say
they're-
this.
they're
This
just
is
not
probably the biggest
communicating.
killer of it.
They're not communicating.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
as soon as my teammate spawned double
They gotta
door,
turn.
said they're spawning
Yeah.
tunnel. Like this guy immediately needs to turn and watch his back.
Yeah, I thought this was a mistake here from LAG. I mean, they did. Yeah, I agree. People don't do that enough. I mean, this is something that I've talked about in like some of the coaching series that I've been doing with the ponies. You guys know the ponies. But knowing where people are based on your spawn. And it's so important at a pro level. Like at a pro level, bro, if you're getting certain spawns and you're not communicating with your team that they could be pinching or they could be here, like you know where people are based on where you're spawning. And I agree, Chris. You could tell LAG didn't calm here. They didn't communicate where they could be and where they were spawning. And maybe they did, and Adam Assault blacked out. But clearly, LAG made a mistake. And again, I love the plays from OpTic, just the quick pinches, and they get aggressive as well. They don't waste any time when they get the kills. They hit their go buttons.
Go back. How many seconds were there where the guy spawned?
He has so much
P3?
time.
He had a
bro.
lot
It was
of
like
time.
3 or 4 seconds, right?
Look,
He
he's
had a
waiting for
lot
it.
of
He's waiting
time.
for it. He's holding the pinch, doing whatever. Okay, his teammates are gonna fall.
Yeah, and
Watch this shit.
then they spawn here. Boom, boom. He's running. He's looking. He's still not turning. Still not the boom. Done.
That's like 5-6 seconds. He's got plenty of time to turn around.
Yeah.
Wait, they also, I don't know if you caught this, Tom, at the beginning of this next P3,
Nah,
these
they hit
guys
old
had
again, bro.
not even that. They have no idea that they had so much space on this P3. You'll see, if you go to the beginning of P3, if you're
Yeah,
done
I'll go
with
to the
this
beginning of
part,
P3. Let me hide my screen and pull up the beginning of the P3. Let me pull up that
like
clip.
it's
Gotta pull up the next
before
clip.
it's before it pops. It's like you'll see. So what you're looking for is like 2 LAG players are sitting back laundry, and like nobody on OpTic is even relatively near
I see
P3,
it.
and they're just sitting there.
All
Like,
right, yeah, I got it.
What the fuck were they doing here? Did they just like think that OpTic was already at new?
Yeah, this P3 was a game in my opinion.
Look at this.
Like
look
this
at
big.
look at what they're doing. They're just like they're not even like here yet. They're just
Yeah.
waiting so long.
I don't know.
They just
what
had no
they're
info.
doing.
Is the thing.
I
They just
think
had
the
zero
biggest
information
I
of
think
where
was a
OpTic
big
could
play
have
from
been.
Shotzi too to just play kills top middle as well. Top mid is so important on this hill. Like you need top middle. You need middle stairs. You need that.
Back up to like 15 seconds before.
They were
I
there
wanna
for
see-
they were there way
Yeah,
longer
I
than
want
what
to
you
see
showed.
how they got here.
Yeah, I want to exactly. I want to see how this even like panned out because this didn't make any sense to me.
Okay, so
Yeah.
they're spawning P4.
They spawn
Rotating
P4 and they rotate over. And
They-
there's
they-
No,
20,
okay,
25
so
seconds.
they
They just
have
have no
okay.
information.
Yeah, they got no information. Well, they killed that guy top
They
mid.
killed that guy top mid.
Yeah,
and they
but
go
like
up
that's the
stairs.
only kill they've had in the last 20 seconds. Like they're
they just
they-
played it
if
so
I'm
safe.
LAG, I am assuming these guys are fucking turtle set up
Well,
and new, waiting for me to come
Let's
around.
be
that
honest.
corner.
Yeah,
The
they
Shotzi
played it
two-piece
super
top
safe.
middle was probably the biggest thing here. I mean, if
Yeah,
Shotzi if
yeah.
Shotzi loses his fight top middle and LAG collapses on point here, I mean, these guys front from OpTic are probably gonna get funneled. It was a good play from Ant. Just get top mid, find that two-piece, and then at that point you just funnel LAG back apartments and they're fucked.
And they just read the pressure thinking that there's more top mid too. That's why both 2 and 4 go.
Yeah. Definitely some good breaks in this one. I mean, watching it back, I definitely think LAG, they're going to have to, fix some of these mistakes that they made. But overall, good series from OpTic. They end up taking advantage of the mistakes, working some good breaks, and they end up winning the map 4. They end up winning the series 3-1. Well, we still got JP in here, man. Well, first of all, JP, thank you for coming on and answering some
Hey, no
questions.
problem.
I appreciate
For
you,
sure.
bro. And also, JP, I've been loving all the content stuff that you've been doing on your YouTube and everything. If you want to shout out your YouTube channel, go ahead. Shout out your YouTube channel, JP.
I mean, it's just JP Krez, KREZ, same
Yes,
as my
sir.
Twitter and stuff.
You
which
do,
is
you do a
well.
lot of breakdowns on there, and you go over like a lot of maps and stuff like that. So if any of you guys are super into a lot of like the analytical stuff within COD, make sure you go check out JP's videos because he's been killing it over there with the content. So go check that
Appreciate
out.
that, man.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. And then Ben, what's the schedule looking like for OpTic moving forward? If you want to take a look at it, obviously they got the 3-1 victory over LAG today. They've been looking pretty good. Who they play next?
Carolina, Boston, and then we talked about the Toronto matchup with Scrap, and then New York. So for OpTic, I think, and they've got some easier matches, and then they got 2 real tough ones before the majors. So I think there's a good ramp up for the team as far as
yeah, those are
quality of
series that they
opponent.
should feel pretty comfortable going into that one. Feel pretty confident. And then of course LAG, they fall short again. I mean, guys, what do you guys think is going on with LAG? Are you concerned with this roster? Anybody? Pat, what about you? You
Yes.
concerned with LAG? This is no Adam Assault's your guy. I know you know some of these guys. You know this organization. You looted them clean. How do you
That's not
feel?
right. Holy shit.
What the fuck?
Yeah, what the?
What do you mean? I'm tipping them. I'm tipping the business.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, look, my problem with this whole squad is just inconsistency. I think they've been inconsistent from day one. I still, again, the same conversation that we had with Wake. Like, these guys are still young. Chris, I know they're your friends, but I just don't see winners out of these Fame and Estriel players. We saw it with like the streak play. Like, there's just there's like moments. Like, they obviously they got nice shots and they could have their moments, but like, again, I want to see upgrades, Tom.
I just don't really know where their path to upgrading is because a lot of these players were pretty much at the top of the challengers board whenever they played. And at first I said Assault needs to step it up, but Assault has a pretty decent series here, but the rest of them falter. I think this is just like they just all have their inconsistencies, and at the end of the day, I mean, it's you can't really expect more. I mean, it's the players they picked up, and it's the place the organization is in. So I mean, they're still competitive at times. It's just, I don't know, they gotta ramp up their gameplay. They gotta start playing quicker in some scenarios, especially in that control. Because I feel like they've played Karachi a lot, and it's a map I feel like they probably play in scrims, and it usually is probably one of their better maps if they're going to keep playing it. So they got to work on some of their obvious issues here if they want to even start taking more maps off these teams.
But even if they work on their issues, like, do you feel that they're gonna compete?
I mean, no, but I don't think their problem is like an upgrade thing, because I feel like all of them have their inconsistencies, and it's like you can't blow up the entire thing. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm not saying blow up everybody. I'm just
can't get
saying,
rid of
like,
Diamond
I
Con.
want
That
to
guy's
start
gross.
seeing some tryouts, Chris. I just want to see.
I just don't really know where that
improvement.
path is, right? Because I feel like Fame has his inconsistencies, but a lot of time that guy's dropping like a 1.5 sometimes. Like, he's going off. Diamond
Yeah, but
obviously
I
was their
talked
best
about
player.
this, bro. Like, would you rather have a guy on your team who is a 1.3 than a 0.7, or a guy who's just, you can consistently get like a 1.0 or
To be fair,
1.05?
he hasn't had a lot of 0.7s lately.
No,
Yeah,
I'm just
that was at the
saying.
beginning of the
Well,
year. Yeah.
but the problem was, speaking of, when it was the beginning of the year, it was always against the top teams. Like, it was the top teams that shit on him, and he fried against the bad teams. And it's like, when we're talking about cracking into being able to upset these top teams, like,
But that's not even like a
Something's gotta
frowning
happen.
thing. Like I feel like LAG
The
plays this
playstyle
game
thing.
so like straight up. I feel like every time I watch them play a match, I can pinpoint exactly where they lose matches, and it's not even like somebody's just shitting the bed. Like, they're playing such organized, structured COD that to
That was
the
gonna be my
point that
point as
like
well.
a lot of their losses are literally just them making like small individual,
They're just
not small
fucking up the
individual, small
micro.
team decisions. Exactly. Yeah, it's not even that they are like bad as players, because you see it on the maps when they play good. It's like they're playing flawless. The game.
Bro, first map
flawlessly.
of the series was a perfect example.
Exactly. It's like
Like, they're-
perfect gameplay, and it's not like one person just all of a sudden carrying some load that is just like unmanageable or like not replicable. It's just a team thing, dude.
I agree with you, Chris. I think you're both right, because I think Pat's right as far as like individual performance are inconsistent, but as far as the team play, they've been inconsistent. That's why I have a tough issue closing out maps. That's why I have a tough issue consistently executing in search, which I think is their biggest weakness. And the problem for them in the split is they got New York and FaZe remaining, as long as Seattle, Carolina, Thieves, and Vegas is starting to gain points. Like, they're sitting, LG's in the 8th spot right now in the standings, and they're going to lose that spot before this.
It's a systematic
tough
issue with this
spot.
team, and I feel like no matter who they pick up, I don't really see a world where like any of those issues get fixed.
It's a very big It's the Miami Heretics on a ringer. They've seemed like the exact same team that we've been watching from the moment this game started to now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, guys. Any other final thoughts on the OpTic Texas LG? And huge shout out to JP again for hopping on before we move over to the next series. And JP, you're more than welcome to stay with us through the next series if you want. It's up to you, bro. If you want to stay with us.
I unfortunately got to go, but thank
No,
you
you're
guys
good, bro.
for having me on. And
Yeah, thank
Have a good
you,
rest of the
bro.
show.
Thank you so much, bro.
Later,
Thank you
brother.
for hopping on. Later.
all right, peace, boys.
Later. Hey, Chad, give it up for JP. Give it up for Scrappy. Give it up for our special guest in the building. Shout out to the executive producer, Benji Nassim, to reaching out to some of these guys and getting them on the show, man. It's good work from you, Benji. It's good work.
No problem. Appreciate the gas, brother.
Yes, sir. Let's hop in. Let's hop into the next series of the day, Sam. I know you're feeling good talking about
We
this
fucking
one.
did it.
I know you were probably a little bit worried going into that map number 5, but the
The
LA
dynasty
Thieves
has been cemented.
going up against the Miami Heretics, who I think
beat
are on
Miami.
Blow It Up watch. They might be on Blow It Up watch.
No. Tom, no. It's not that anymore.
Okay.
Flow watch.
There's only one word when we talk about the Miami Heretics,
Okay.
and it's explotarlo.
Explotarlo. What does that mean? Blow it up?
Chris, tell him.
That might have been top 5 worst Spanish accents I've ever heard.
It's blow it up.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. LA Thieves,
Yeah.
they go up 2-0 in the series, but then Miami Heretics win maps 3 and 4 and push this to a game number 5, which ends up going all the way down to a round 11, which we'll talk about that last S&D. But, I mean, we'll take a look here at the stat sheet. Ben,
Playing with our food.
We'll
Just
start
playing
with you.
the
Actually,
food.
Sam, we'll start with you since you're the LA Thieves guy. I mean, LA Thieves, they come out, they get the victory, but it was close, Sam. It was a very close series. It was a very
Every single game in the series was close. Actually, the game 2 S&D wasn't close. They played that actually very, very well. Map 1, I was pulling my hair out. They made like a 50, 60 point comeback. It looked horrible until victory popped up, to be honest with you. But yeah, Daniel Ghosty is absolutely him. In
Yeah, I
every
mean, the
way
map
possible.
1, Dan Ghosty had an absolute masterclass. 1.60, 5,200 damage. I mean, Dan definitely had a legacy series going. He had almost 100 kills in a series, I believe.
Right, about 20K damage.
How much did he have? Where was he? He was at 95 and 83. Jesus Christ, 5 kills away from a 100 kill series. What a
I think it was
series
also
from Dan.
50 damage off the damage record.
There he was.
Oh, really?
Guys, let's just say how it is. Both these teams are fucking garbage.
We are
Jesus
champions of the toilet bowl.
Oh, Jesus, man. Chris, talk to me. What do you think is the biggest problem with these teams?
Honestly, bro, I just think, I think we touched on it earlier. Heretics is in the same team that they have been the whole year, and nothing has changed. I feel like
Goodbye, Eric.
Pat literally called it exactly.
Yeah, this one's a
how
goodbye
it
Eric
would.
series. This is a goodbye. 12K.
Goodbye.
The crazy thing is about
Damn.
Eric, and I even touched on this a little bit, I feel like he just doesn't play well with the Spanish because all his teams that he's seen success with in Challengers, they're all English-speaking teams. Even in MW2, whenever he made it to the Champs Finals, it was he was playing with Weeman and Maple and those guys again, another UK-based team. I feel like he doesn't mess with his Spanish roster. Yeah, sure, he's playing terrible, but I still think that if he went back into Challengers, he'd play good. So I don't know. I think he's not going to be on this team long. But again, I feel like Miami's going to run into this fucking same issue where even if they pick up a new player, like, are they really going to find success? I don't think so. They have the same systematic issues that LAG does. As for the Thieves, bro, like, listen, you won a series with your teammate essentially almost breaking a record.
Going Super Saiyan.
This is not sustainable. I said it from the beginning. They need to blow this the fuck up. This team is terrible, and Dan is probably the only person they keep. Kremp, obviously, he's been really quiet, but he's one of their newer pickups, and I feel like it's very hard to find subs. And when you're kind of digging at the bottom of the barrel here, you're probably gonna stick with Kremp here. But like Afro, he's been lackluster. He had a pretty decent series today. He made some good plays, but I feel like he doesn't have as much of a high impact. And Nasty had a pretty good series too, but I still don't know. I don't know if these guys are going to mesh. I don't think they mesh.
This team is, I mean, this was a by the seat of your pants, the last minute series out of the Thieves. I mean, map 1, we'll talk about. Map 2 was a very clinical map, though. We'll give it
Map 2 was great.
A great clinical crotch S&D start to finish from them, but the high rise, they kind of dicked about and let Miami get back in it. The invasion, they tossed. And in the terminal S&D, they just, I think Thieves were slow to sometimes counter on defense with the plane
There's
aggression out
no
of
mid-game
Heretics.
adjustment.
And they
at
got
all.
bailed out fucking bad by Dan Ghosty in the last couple of rounds there. So,
Yeah.
I mean, a win's a win, but this isn't we're going to watch 3 seconds of VOD. This is we need to break down the 5 maps. And if we play any other team, we probably potentially would have lost today.
Pat, you look in utter shock there in your picture. What was your thoughts in the LA Thieves Miami series?
That it's time to send Eric Boom to the sunken place.
Ah, Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I mean, I don't know, man. I actually hate this situation because I tried my best, Tom. I know we talked about it a little bit, but I really tried my best in the offseason. Like I forfeited my 3 mil over 3-year ask, and I gave the recipe to the LA Thieves. I gave it to him. I said Ghosty, Abuza, Gwyn, and Linz. I gave it to him.
The Gwyn guys.
And I got critiqued, Tom. You know what I was met with, the resistance. It was, how much challengers have you watched?
Damn.
And then I listed the reasons why I think this roster should be the
Wait,
squad.
who told you that?
We've had this conversation 7 times.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. And then I got called a challengers expert. Sarcastically, of course. But clearly,
By who, Pat?
Cap.
his name rhymes with Warden Raplin.
Dude, what the fuck?
I will still remember this. I will still remember getting roasted on Twitter and Reddit for saying this Thieves team was not good, and they could have done a lot better of job
Getting
with who
wicked
they
deja
played.
vu.
Listen, I think Pat's point is correct. I think, listen, they're trying to unwind sort of their bad roster making decisions at the beginning of the year. I think Dan is obviously the biggest contributor on this team, but so far from the nasty Kremp combo, I haven't seen much from them. Obviously, they've only played 2 games because of dog shit scheduling, in which they're I guess have 1 match a week the first 2 weeks, whatever, while their teams have played 4 matches. Odd to me. But Afro, I think at times I watch him sort of, I think kind of tweak sometimes and kind of give up good position on the map. I just don't know, and I agree with Chris, if they're going to really mesh with the squad. And I think if these want to make champs, there may be more changes coming eventually.
No, not eventually. Now.
Yeah, Pat's trying to see changes right now. Man.
Here's my problem, man, and we've seen this a little bit already, and we're gonna continue to see it. There are like 6 teams that need to upgrade, right? Whether we like it or not.
We're back to the 6 teams blow it up already?
No, maybe not 6, but there's eventually gonna be like there's a lot of teams that are gonna want to upgrade, and it's like if you don't move first, then you're gonna get the worst upgrade. Like, and so for me, it's like the teams that actually have aspirations to be better and have the potential. Like, you got to make these moves early. I mean, I think obviously Ghosty has been a rock solid piece for this LAT squad this whole year. I'm what rock solid piece. That's
Nothing. Go ahead.
fine. God, get your mind out the gutter, man. Anyway, I want to see teams improve, and I like getting bailed out by Ghosty setting records and literally just winning them the round 11 with the 2-piece, like, and being the worst team in the league. The writing's on the wall, man. Like, changes just need to happen. Like, you made 2, congrats. They weren't that great. Make some more, because this team should be better than what they are.
All right, a few clips that I do want to show from the series. One of them, Sam, I would love to bring you into this one. LA Thieves, round 5 in the control. They have a streak to work with, but they end up losing the high-rise defense with a streak in hand. Sam, I think going into the round, we both said this is the unlosable for LA Thieves, and they lost it. What do you think went wrong here for LA Thieves? I mean, you have a streak, a back pocket streak, which Miami ended up burning halfway through this round, and I think Miami just did a really good job, just constant pressure on this point. They didn't really let LA Thieves even fucking breathe on the defense.
Yep.
I mean, what in your eyes do you think went wrong with the Thieves here in the control?
Well, they lost B pretty much instantly, is the one thing. And when you have, over 2 minutes to work in a cap and control, regardless of the maps, most of the time it will work out in your favor. But there was really no foresight with the streak. I think it was like, oh shit, we're on the back foot, let me pop this. And I think they had like 2.5 ticks, right, when it was in the air. And I think like if you're gonna use a streak on a defensive end, it needs to be proactive, like, okay, in the next 7 seconds, if I don't streak, we're gonna get put into the blender. And again, they just waited so long, they didn't really have a game plan for it, and ended up biting them in the ass. But this whole round stemmed from the breakoff. They lost B pretty much instantly. And again, when you're in the CDL and you have 2 minutes to cap a point, especially on high rise, most of the time you will.
I will say breakoffs are so important in control, man.
On this map, it's everything.
Yeah, I feel like on every map, to be honest. Like, think about invasion, right? Like, your break off on offense, right? If you get a good break and get that 8 point, that's you're golden, right? Same with high rise. If you get a good break off and get the point right away. And in Karachi, like, if you're able to like take a break towards B on offense and cap 8 point, that's the B point, right? In Diner. It's breakoffs are just super important. Like, teams really got to study up on what other teams are doing and make sure they're prepared going into the control. And I'm sure a lot of people are playing mind games as well with certain routes that they're taking or certain ways that they're going. But I mean, high rise in the beginning of the round, I feel like it's kind of sketchy, bro. There's explosions and things blowing up. Like, anything can fucking happen on high rise control on the offense. But yeah, LA Thieves end up choking the control, and then we go into the 4th map. I just wanted to show some spawns here from Kremp. So Kremp, he ends up taking a route here, going into the P4 hardpoint on invasion. He ends up dying here. And take a look at the spawn here from Kremp. Boom! spawns right behind 3 players going into the P4 hard point, and you can see off
What
of
a
Krem
great
spawn,
fucking map.
he
Great
kills
Anything
him
that
off the
happens-
point.
Anything
and
that happens on P4 should just be automatically invalidated.
Right.
Wow.
And then watch
be
this.
fun.
He gets 2 kills. He ends up dying here, right? And then watch where he spawns again. Look, boom, right behind him yet again. He spawns
shit, bro.
behind him twice and gets free kills here. And
Pistol win, Tom.
Wait, and then after that, number 5 spawns.
Yep.
behind.
Look at these spawns. Look at these spawns on P4. This is where it just gets heck. This is where palace spawns just keep coming in. But the first spawn from Kremp, like, bro, all these spawns were blocked. Like, initially, I thought everything was blocked here, palace. Like, when you got a guy top
Palace
palace.
is never blocked.
But it's never blocked. That's what I'm saying. It must be never blocked, bro. Unless you have literally 2 or 3 people in palace, like, actually in it,
Maybe
which
you're
is just a
playing
terrible play.
8 on the fucking map.
Bro,
and,
do you
Right.
guys listen? I'm not trying to justify it, but do you think it's because the spawn is in that manic? It's in laundry. That the spawn for thieves here, if they got the normal spawn, would be in laundry. Do you think number 7 somehow like is blocking it? He doesn't have a direct sight line into it, but do you think that's actually a possibility?
No.
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 Okay.
I think the
'Cause,
game is just
I think
shit.
I think the
it's
game's
just
shit, and I think there's a million spawns in Palace, and you have to literally have your whole team in Palace to block it. And I think we can all agree that the best way to play this hill is to hold on to your gas spawns going from P3 to P4. Because if you can hold on to your gas spawns and then you go into the P4, you just want to try and get those kills, funnel them back Palace, and then just trap them back there and let them just keep spawning Palace. Because
I mean, Tom, if your team's gonna back up and block all the palace spawns, you're not gonna be watching over hill. So
There's
That was
just
tough one
there's
there.
just like a fascination in this game. Chris has said it a million times, but there's a fascination in this game with priority spawns and just like if X spawn is open, you will spawn there regardless of the map state. Instead of like, oh, we have the majority of my team on this side of the map and no one's influencing the spawn. Let's put you over here.
Yeah.
It's just like if there is an opportunity for you to spawn in the part of the map, you will be there regardless. And it's just like the logic of the actual system of this game is shit.
Yeah, somebody said Jimbo reads that, and I do agree with you. Jimbo
He does
probably would have
read
read
that.
that.
He
Jimbo
absolutely
probably would
he
have knew
pre-fires
exactly.
that,
He
actually.
probably would have pre-fired it, knew exactly where they were coming from. But
Guys,
yeah,
Miami Heretics haven't won in 35 days.
Won a series in 35 days? That's fucking
Yeah.
tough.
That
Wait,
is
weren't
insane.
were they 5-8 right now? They're on a 6-game losing streak.
yeah, they haven't lost anything since the major. They're in a real tough
That's
spot.
insane, bro.
I don't think the Real move was gonna happen until after the major. So you're either stuck with Eric or rotating Juan back in during the split. It's looking like they're gonna be in losers bracket. This is damage limitation at this point to try and get the CDL points where you can. They play New York next, and I don't expect them to win that. They close out versus Carolina and Rockers. So I think it's very likely, unfortunately, look at the remaining schedule, they're going to be like 1-6 and having to really scrap their way starting on Friday at the major, their home major.
then I wanna-
Metal's got first blooded 7 times in this series in S&D and went 5-16 and only
He
has
has
1700
the
damage in
worst-
both maps.
He has the worst opening duel percentage in the league.
That's
Like,
not
he
ideal.
needs to just whip out an AR and play for bloods. Just sit back.
Yeah, he is the most blooded like player in the league.
I mean,
But we
I
gotta
mean,
watch the search though. Tom.
yeah, I have
We
clips
gotta
from the
tire us
search.
on his
I have
clips.
clips from the search. I think when it comes from to first bloods, bro, feel like you just gotta find those first blood spots, man. Find those routes, find those ways to like find those openings. I mean, back in the day, I felt like that was kind of my role with the squad. It's like figuring out how to get first bloods, and I think the best thing for that is preparation, bro. Like know what the other team likes to do, and don't be afraid to make plays and get map control on the map. I feel like sometimes Meadows, it's kind of all over the place, bro. What the Slayer? What the fuck
You
is
were
that?
you were slipperier on the map, Tom. Couldn't find you.
Look at that, Pat. Was that me around the map right there? Was that,
That
me?
was you, Tom,
Some
just running
talking
around.
about.
Yeah.
Some fucking you motherfucker.
Bro,
What did
this
I get
is,
stung by a
something-
fucking bee?
This is something that's kind of irrelevant to like what we're talking about right now, but I think Clayster's tweet is fucking hilarious
it's
as to the
funny.
game state that we're dealing with because
But
this is
Clayster-
actually a setting that's in the game. It's like a thing where like if you team kill too many times, you'll actually die and have like a respawn timer of like 30 seconds. And just read Clayster's tweet. Pull it up, Tom. It's fucking hilarious.
He said warmed up-
Isn't that
Back.
changeable though in the settings?
Yes, I don't know why it's not changed. Why is it that after you team kill 2-3 times, you just spawn out for the entire game?
But that was a thing in Black Ops 2, and it was like double the normal respawn delay.
I don't
Because you had a
remember that.
suicide one too. You had a suicide respawn penalty, and you had another one.
Yeah, I don't know, but I don't think this should ever be in the game. Like, I think it's just dumb. Why is it that if you accidentally team kill, especially with like on high rise, there's so many barrels and stuff like that, you just spawn out for fucking a minute?
Yeah. Let's take a
Probably
look at
better-
Clay's tweet.
throw better than
Clay
Nate,
said,
bro.
warmed up Miami today and too many barrels blew up and TK'd my teammates, so I had to watch my teammates play around 3v4. Then Vickle TK'd on accident too much, and I watched the end of the round play out 3v3. That is insane.
3v3 high-rise control.
That is
He's
insane, bro.
spectating.
That is crazy. Shout out to Clay, by the way. He plays tomorrow. We'll obviously do some predictions after we take a look at some of these clips here from the search. Now, the first one I want to take a look at here is the play from Dan Ghosty. Now, we talked about this B-bomb site a lot on Terminal and how difficult it is to hold this site and kind of what the best play is. And we've talked about it, right? Just getting control of a side, whether that's pushing out Esky or backing up Burger, making sure you're not getting pinched. I just thought Dan Ghosty made a great play here, Sam. I know we talked about this during the watch party, but take a look at the play Dan Ghosty's making here with the bomb down. I mean, he keeps Burger all the way pushed out. I got a little worried here with the setup from LA Thieves. I'm not going to lie. I thought this was kind of
like
terrible.
this?
I did not like this on bomb. I thought that was... They're lucky they didn't get two-pieced in that corner there.
They're lucky Dan Ghosty is signed on this fucking roster. That's what
Yeah,
they're lucky
they are
about.
lucky
Dan,
for that.
Dan hit some good fucking go buttons. 52 buck there. You got to tip it.
Yeah, and then Dan, he on the pinch, he's able to find one. The kill comes in, but with 15 seconds left, Nasty, he just plays his time. Lucky tries to push him out, and Nasty gets the kill. I mean, you can see Lucky. He leans back there, lost fucking composure. But it was a good play there from Dan Ghosty. How many times do we see teams get this bomb site down and they can't capitalize on the plant? They just can't do it.
I mean,
know
they
what's
barely did.
they
know
barely
what's
did.
crazy?
They're lucky that Dan Ghosty just played a late
Why are we
pitch
not
and
moving?
helped
We have
Burger.
a 3v4. Get
crazy
off the
thing
fucking
is-
bomb.
The crazy thing is their setup was so dog shit, it like played into their favor here at the end because they killed two players on the site. They killed the guy from the top of the window, and then they killed Afro pushing out like the mid hallway. They didn't expect Nasty to be in this corner on the site as well, and he shoots a guy in the back escalators before Dan gets that kill. You'll see the guy run up the escalators just clueless, and Nasty's still tucked in that corner.
Yeah, I mean, their whole team was there. So, I mean, Miami was probably just like, what the fuck? They're
Wait,
all
another
here.
one on the bomb?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I thought Lucky saw him too. The way he like centered right there and snapped, I thought he saw him for a second. But yeah, you're right. They had no idea that he was there, and he waited to shoot as well. He waited. He didn't shoot right away. I think he was trying to see if somebody walked in front of him. But good plays from Nasty. He was able to get a couple kills there. Just really good plays from LA Thieves. It's very you don't see a B execute happen as smoothly as it did here. I mean, it wasn't that smooth. Dan Ghosty made the play, but it's not often you see people get the B bomb site down and win the round. So good plays here from LA Thieves. Then we get into the 2-1 round. And I just thought this was a great retake from LA. So you can see the bombs down, 3v3 situation. Now, if you guys are Miami here, do you like the setup here from Miami? Because as I play it out, you can see how LA Thieves was able to break it. And it starts with Afro. He finds a timing here. Look, he sees Eric Boom, turns around. He knows there's a guy in the corner here. So he finds one. And then Eric Boom, he tries to turn his corner. See you later. Afro's able to find a two-piece. Dan Ghosty clears up the last guy in Hill. I mean, it was a great retake from LA Thieves. But if you're Miami, maybe a little bit of a mess up there. Eric Boom's moving around a lot.
The second guy's got to throw a tighter shoulder. I don't know about the wide peak. What do you guys think?
I mean, I just feel bad for Eric. His teammates are giving him nothing.
Eric
like
was trapped, isn't he?
he's got to
trapped
watch.
and he's watching
He has to watch
everything.
two different things.
Yeah.
Like he needed to work with somebody. Like they needed to push out dreams. Like get metal stairs, something so he could get out of the position that he was in.
Maybe get in the cockpit and
It
look
literally
out to this
did
guy
not
mid
matter.
hallway and help Seven. Like
But-
number 5 could have also pushed out the back and like got a vision. Like if he gets
Yeah, like
onto
watch
that back
orange so he
platform,
could just hold.
yeah, he can watch
Yeah.
both the slide and the underground, so he can just free up Eric to do a little
Yeah,
bit
they
more.
did not do him any favors in
Nah.
the setup.
I think the best thing that he can do is number 5 just needs to get closer to him and maybe back up with him. That way, number 5 can pick up his own slide and back plane and just watch it, and then he can watch the stairs, and then Vickle's got the flank.
Yeah.
But instead, like because of where number 5 is playing, Eric now has to watch his slide and he has to watch his back because, of course, Vickle only has the deep pinch, and it's chalked. Either Vickle needs to come tighter and watch pinch so that Eric Boom doesn't need to keep bouncing around, or Metals needs to come back. But they were definitely separated here. I know on the minimap it doesn't look like it, but I mean, it was a good job from LA Thieves. I think Afro just made the play there as well. He found a good timing and he made the play. So good work from Afro there. And then we go into the next round I wanted to take a look at was the 3-3 round. Now, this was just a play that I wasn't sure about the setup here from Miami. Definitely do not like the spot here for Metals. I don't like him playing right here, personally. I feel like this is just asking to die or asking to get traded. Like, this is the definition of a one and done right there. And granted, the wall bangs come in, but relying on a wall bang trade, I feel like, is never good. Like, the trade obviously comes in, and Lucky hits some nice shots. But they get into plane pretty much for free. They were able to just solo out Metals, laying down front plane. And then LA Thieves, they're able to just work this bomb point down, which I don't know how you guys feel about that. I feel like once a team's in plane, I think you're going to need to play aggressive on it and try and just keep them off bomb and make sure they can't get the bomb down. And again, Miami, they just did not do that. And take a look at this 3v3 situation. Almost looked like the round we just took a look at. You can see the difference here from Thieves is actually not too much of a difference, huh? I mean, it almost looks like identical setup to what Miami had. The only difference is Kremp is in cockpit watching over Dan Ghosty, just kind of staying down from his right, like his terminal. So it's just a little different. It was a little different here. And obviously great plays from Dan Ghosty. Again, not only is he finding kills, but he's also getting in that plane and getting the bomb down. So he's just been really, really good for these guys. Would you have done anything differently here if you were Miami on the setup? Did you guys like the setup here from Metals and everything? Did you guys like the way they set this up or no?
I definitely don't, but I also feel like people just get into this like habit of like not being progressive on the map on other ends, especially when they meet that cross. Like a lot of people see that people cross plane. Once you see like 2-3 people potentially cross plane, like what's stopping you from, let's say, aggressing towards Burger, throwing some shimmies, seeing if you spot the guy on the flank. If he's not there, maybe take that side of the map, pinch out Book, and then you have a little bit more of a winnable round instead of like all wrapping back and then trying to retake the plane from your end, because I feel like that's never successful because you're essentially just trying to climb up the slide. Like the ladder is always going to be watched. So you're trying to go up the slide or maybe hit these unfavorable terminal steps and it just never works.
Yeah, that's facts.
You spend 20 seconds trying to get fucking angles and maybe you get a pick and it's a 3v3 now. But you gotta defuse the fucking bomb as well, but go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. You're watching 2 to 3 people cross this sight line into terminal. Like, one guy's going to be watching flank, or maybe potentially most of the time he's going to be in Book because he's trying to like stop any sort of pressure from coming through the mid hall or like wrapping through red. So I don't know. I feel like it's just very isolatable. It's very easy to read, but a lot of people don't test that. They test the gangster of other teams essentially and pushing through their
test the gangster.
They're not testing their
I
gangster.
agree. And Chris, I don't think it should be every round they should be testing their gangster, but I do think that they should be switching up the flow of their pace. Some rounds, don't be afraid
You
to
gotta
push
throw
up
different looks in SD, period.
Yeah, who
bro.
were we watching when 2 guys ran right through Book and pinched him at top Esky? What team? I forgot what team we were watching, but they right off the rip of the round, they just 2 hit through Book and they pinched him Burger and they killed him and bada bing bada boom. They weren't afraid to take space on the map, and that basically just comes from info. Right? If you're watching a cross terminal and you see 2 or 3 guys crossing and you know there can only be 1 Burger and you got 2 guys there, like they can work a trade, throw some shimmies, and if they're not there, then they can push through it and hold that map control and kind of funnel into like a corner of the map. I agree, Chris. Some teams need to get more aggressive and not be so scared to make plays. I feel like some teams are just like like one-dimensional, if that makes any sense.
By doing that, by like, let's say if you like try to get to their side of the map, you also kill 2 birds in 1 stone because you essentially deny all possible rotation of B. Like there's no way
have to go A.
They have to go A if you can manage to like flank or get this guy to Book. But a lot of people just don't like pushing through that Burger side of the map because again, it's just kind of risky. But I don't know. The setups are getting readable, and I feel like you need to start throwing that in there. That way you can keep that guy on the flank honest from just being able to essentially deny all of mid presence.
Yeah, nah, agreed. And then
Chris, did you often check people's gangster when you played?
Yeah, I'm a psychopath, bro. I'll be like, yo, honestly, let's just hit out their spawn, like type of shit. That's what I would do a lot of time.
Yeah, Pat, I tested
dynamic,
some
bro.
gangsters, Pat. I could pull up some clips if you want. I've definitely tested some gangsters and bashed.
No,
I dropped double donuts. I had no gangster.
Sometimes you just gotta say fuck it, bro. Like it is what it is. The setups, the way people play, especially on a map like Terminal, becomes so one-dimensional. I feel like it's so easy to read.
Yeah, and then after the offense there from LA Thieves, they break down the Miami setup. Check out the plays here from Nasty. Afro gets 1, he gets traded out. There's 3 guys left, but don't worry because it's Nasty who picks up a big 3-piece here. I mean, Miami really tried to do it to him. They tried to smoke Esky and just 4-hit it. And LA Thieves were able to shut that shit down. Yeah, they shut it down. Good plays from Nasty. Definitely think Nasty's been making some plays for these guys. I mean, Nasty's been a lot of people have been gassing up Nasty and been waiting for this guy to turn up, and he had a big moment here in the last map. And then of course we go to the round 11, which we'll love to break this down. I mean, it was a 5-3 curse. LA Thieves go up 5-3. Miami win 2 rounds straight, and here we are in the round 11 here. And I just kind of want to ask you guys if there's any way you guys would have played this differently if you were Miami. I think for LA Thieves, I just love the play from Dan Ghosty. I thought Dan won him the round. He plays, obviously, a spot in plane where he decides to play off the information from his teammates. Yeah, and I think Dan's just like, I'm a hide plane, and we've seen this strat happen a lot. You have number 4 watching his cross. That's Afro. He's going to give him the information kind of on what's going on in front of him and where they are. The only thing I was scared about was him getting stun checked, but they don't throw any stuns down there. And then Dan's able to get 2 before he falls. He leaves his team in a 3v2 situation, but it gets a little scary here. 3v2 situation. And Vickle was able to find a kill mid-hall on Tenacity. So now it's a 2v2 with 20 seconds left in the clock. And honestly, Miami, they do spot one guy going burger here. They spot him. It was Afro. He ends up pushing out burger. So they try and get this A-bomb plant down, and they do. Lucky's able to get the A-bomb plant down. It's just Vickle. He breaks the glass top AC. And they
breaks
end
the
up
glass,
here.
rounds over. Like, if he doesn't break that glass, number 2 and number 4 are still going to be looking for him. They're not going to know what to do. But as soon as the fucking glass breaks, they both just turn and it's over.
Yeah,
like, he can't be making.
Yeah,
that.
Crump was already running at it before he broke the glass.
Yeah, but either way, like he could have just sat in red, like tucked himself in red, or maybe even go bottom red stairs. Like
Yeah, I think him going up there was the issue, but the glass break had nothing to do with it.
yeah, play off Lucky. But no, the glass break is what gave number 2 Crump the kill. Like he heard the glass and immediately.
No, he was already running at it before he even broke it.
No. I'm saying the guy bottom Esky's the one that killed him. It's not the guy up top. The guy that was back burger.
I know.
Crump? Sorry.
Crimp's already running at it before he breaks the glass.
You'll see. He's all the way in the back and he just looks up. Like
I know.
I mean, I think
running at it before.
I think you would have seen him anyway. I think
That's
no,
my point. He turns the corner
up
running
there
at
is
it.
what I'm saying. He should just stay in red and have Lucky play off him because they know he
Yeah,
should know
Crimp's
that.
really running forward before he breaks the
no,
glass.
I agree with Chris. I don't think there's any reason for Vickle to go top AC there. He
No,
should just
I'm
stay
not-
alive
Bottom
bottom
AC,
AC.
we're not
or like
disagreeing-
jump
we're not
down A
disagreeing with
plat,
that.
like any of that. Like just don't break the glass. Don't go top red. Like that was the play that he just shouldn't have made.
Yeah, go ahead, Sam.
No, yeah.
And
I agree.
you can see
I agree with
Afro,
Sam.
you see Afro's face there after they win. Afro's face right there was hilarious. He was like, "Holy fuck!" Like, what a series, bro! Like this was obviously a grueler, and I know Shane was tweeting about his hairline getting pushed back. But Jesus Christ, what a series from the LA Thieves. This obviously goes all the way down to the wire. I thought LA Thieves was going to 3-0 at one point in the series, and we ended up going to a map 5. So I don't know what the hell.
They could have won 6-3 in the search. Like, I mean, nice victory for the Thieves, but goddamn, like they made this the squeakiest fucking win of all time with how they tossed away advantages in the series. Can't do that against better teams.
Yeah,
lucky
I mean,
Miami's in poor
I
form.
mean,
right now.
I'll be honest with you, bro. Like that's been happening a lot, man, in these series. Like how many series so far in the last 2 days have just like it looks so good for one team, and then it just ends up going to a map 5, and you're like, what the fuck just happened? I mean, especially with the OpTic series yesterday. I mean, a lot of these teams just
Momentum's
can't
insane.
close out. Yeah, momentum is crazy, which I think momentum is always a big thing in COD. Honestly, to be honest, it's a big thing in every esport. To be fair. But especially in COD, and a lot of teams are just taking advantage. But teams are just struggling to close. And we also got 3 matches tomorrow. Anything else, guys, on the LA Thieves Miami series? Anything else to say about? Talk about anything?
No, Thieves got a hard point win. They're on 2 now. So
They didn't get
congrats on
2
that.
though.
Yeah, I
they
definitely
could've-
think Miami, we're going to continue to watch them. I think we're expecting a team change from them, especially with Rial on the roster. I think they're just waiting for his visa.
I mean, but we're not going to get that team change until after the major, though. That's weeks away.
Why not?
Because he's still got to get his visa.
Yeah, they got to get he doesn't have a
How
visa
do, you,
yet.
how do you want him to come here and play and work? If he does that, he's going to violate the visa application. Then he won't ever be able to do it. So
Everybody
By the
say
way,
breaking
Miami
point
need
tweet.
help.
What did they tweet? What a breaking point tweet. Is it worth pulling up?
apparently the TK penalty happened in the OpTic series. Like it happened to AG at one point as well.
Oh, really?
He got timed out.
That guy needs to throw better
That's
nades.
fine.
Holy shit.
So can somebody tell me real quick how Heretics have played 4 series so far and FaZe has only played 1?
Okay, so the schedule,
The
we have a
schedule is
5 week,
terrible.
we have a 5-week schedule, and so the way this works is that 3 of the weeks teams are going to play 1 series, and 2 of the weeks are going to play 2 series, right? The problem is the way that worked out is to try to balance it out is a couple of teams have played their double series the first 2 weeks, so they're on 4. Meanwhile, FaZe is going to play tomorrow, and they've only played 1 match so far. So
All I
like,
heard you say was the schedule is shit.
it's just
Correct.
I get what they're trying to do, right? They've added more matches, they're trying to spread it out. But it does create some weird issue with the standings and points and all that stuff. And I think maybe at the end of the season, it's going to create some weird qualification scenarios because of the unbalancedness of the schedule, which I think is not very competitive in my POV.
Yeah, Magic's yelling at me to pull the tweet up. Is it that big of a deal? All right, let's pull the tweet up and let's see what Dashy had to say. Let's see what's going on. Pred got a spawn penalty mid-match for team needing too much. Let's tune in.
No one even knew that this was even possible because I don't think anybody in the world, anybody in the league has team killed this many times. But we're playing AG. I'm not even trolling, Chad. This motherfucker is literally, he's the 3rd imposter in Among Us. You know what I mean? He's literally that guy with the 3v5 on some hills because we have to dodge nades from AG. right? And then kills us 3 times. On the 3rd time, it's like, what the fuck are you doing? And then I'm laughing, AG's laughing, I think Ken starts laughing, and then AG goes, wait, I actually can't spawn in. The game registers. I'm like, I'm actually spectating you guys. Like, there's like a fucking penalty or some shit. For like, I'm not even joking, 20 seconds, we're like, end the game, JP. Because like, we're fucking mid HP, so we're thinking like, is this shit gonna spawn in? Ah, nah, he's not coming back in.
That's crazy.
And they said, oh wait, I'm back in. And they were like, end this shit, bro. We're way too jacked. Like,
isn't that supposed to be Isn't that supposed to be turned off?
it's like, oh no, wait, I'm good to go. I'm good. Keep
Is that a setting you can?
Yeah, I thought
It
that
is
was
a
a setting. Like
Turn that shit off.
yeah, that needs to be turned off. That shouldn't be.
There should be a suicide penalty, but like a team kill penalty should not really exist.
It makes sense for rank though when you think about it.
For
like,
rank,
yeah,
for
for
sure.
rank.
So
And,
you're not
and I'm
griefing.
wondering if that's what it was designed for. And then you know how they always want to keep the CDL rules and the rank rules 1-to-1. I'm wondering if like that's just one of those things where it should only be in ranked and not in the actual.
Well,
rules.
ranked has kill cams, and the CDL still seeing a black screen every time they die. So I don't know what's going on there either.
It's a private match versus.
Yeah, let's hop into some match predictions for tomorrow. We start things off with the Blow It Up Bowl. We got Seattle Surge going up against the
Fucking
Carolina Royal Ravens. I have no fucking idea who's going to win this series, but I'm actually going to go with Carolina in this one. I don't know. I'm just believing that Carolina can come out and take care of business. And also Seattle dropped their best player. So I'm going to go 3-2 Carolina. Ben, who do you got?
Oh man, this one is such a fucking gruely. I'm gonna say Carolina game 5.
I don't think it's that gruely. I think Ravens have looked good. They just can't close.
I think Carolina's about to choke slam them.
Yeah,
I think Seattle
Ravens-
is horrific.
Yeah, I think Ravens. Oh, sorry. Are we going in order? I'm next. Yeah.
I forgot we switched.
No, you're good. You're good. I got Ravens 3-1, maybe.
3-1
Yeah.
Ravens?
Same boat.
So you got everybody got Ravens. Pat, you got Ravens?
Until I
points aren't
see
gonna
a
look
good
pretty.
TFL series online, I can't go with the Ravens. I'm going with the Surge.
Okay.
Resi Masterclass.
So we all got Ravens except for Pat, who won with Surge.
Sure.
And then we got Minnesota Rocker going up against the Boston Breach. Obviously, love all the guys over at Boston, but I definitely think Minnesota has looked like that probably that top 5, top 4 team. Like they've seemed like they're kind of working their way in there. But I don't know. I have a feeling Boston could come out and take care of these guys tomorrow. So I'm just trying to think of what I want to do here. Ben, you go first, Ben. You go first.
I think this one is another gruely, but I think Rocker have proven a little bit more. And when Boston's obviously made that change, we need a little bit more ammo before I feel comfortable taking Boston in a series like this. I'm a little bit concerned in the S&Ds with Boston with this new squad, so I'm going to take Minnesota Rocker 3-1.
Okay, Chris, who do you got?
I got Minnesota Rocker. I think Boston, yeah, they made the pickup, but Rockers just actually look good. They haven't been able to close, but they've taken these 2 top teams they've played so far to the limit. So they are going to come out and wipe Boston.
Sam. Who do you got, Sam?
I'm also going to go with Minnesota. My only reservation with this series is if they start playing down now that like they have 2 tough losses against the top teams. So I still think they win. I think if Minnesota come out tomorrow and absolutely curb stomp Boston, then that like kind of solidifies where I think they're at in terms of the power rankings. But yeah, I got Minnesota for sure.
All right,
Tom,
Pat.
who you got before I go? Gotta make up your mind.
I'll probably go Rocker 2. I don't know. I just feel like I feel like Rocker's been playing good. I just think it's gonna be a good matchup tomorrow. Like I think Boston Minnesota will be a good game. I don't think it's gonna be like as one-sided as people are saying. I'll probably go Rocker though. I'll go Rocker 3-2.
I'm going Boston. Flasher doesn't lose to Lamar. We're gonna get an ASA masterclass and hopefully a P-Dog step up.
Okay, so you got Boston Breach 3-1
3-2.
or 3-2. 3-2. And then we got Atlanta FaZe going up against the New York Subliners. Me personally, I have Atlanta FaZe in this one. I think FaZe is going to take New York down. I think New York has had they had a rough Major 1. They've been playing really, really well. I definitely think this is going to be a good series, but I just think Atlanta FaZe is gonna edge them out. So I'll go with Atlanta FaZe here, 3-1. Who do you got, Ben?
The difficulty for New York in this series is I just think that have been pretty good in S&D, but FaZe are obviously a elite tier S&D squad, and I'm not super convinced by New York's control, and I feel like FaZe are going to take this 3-1, lose first map, and then take the next 3.
Hey, Chris, who do you got, Chris?
I got FaZe. I'm still high on FaZe's performances. New York have looked better, but we gotta wait to see how they progress over the next couple of weeks. So yeah, gonna go with FaZe, but I think this has a potential to be an amazing match. Probably like a 3-2 win for FaZe.
All right, Sam, who you got?
I'm taking FaZe over anyone in the league except Ultra, and I will continue to do so. FaZe
Okay.
3-1.
Pat?
Taking New York 3-0. They're godlike, and they're going to show it here.
Okay, so Pat, you have done the complete opposite of everybody. So you went Seattle, you went Boston, and you went New York. That's an interesting strategy, Cotton. We'll see if it plays off for you. So Pat,
This is going to solidify my lead in the breaking point
I will say,
predictions.
Pat, if this does happen, this will solidify your lead because you are going against the grain here. So it could this could help you here. Any final thoughts, guys, on series tomorrow, series today? Anything that happened today? Anything going on in COD? Anything else left to say before we have Ben?
Honestly, this week of matches end up being kind of
Good ass games.
Assuming
Yeah.
tomorrow isn't Stinky's, like this actually end up being a really good slate. I hope we get this going forward, and we probably won't, but you know, oh well.
Yeah, hopefully we can get some good matches like this.
And one more thing, I want to, on behalf of the crew, shout out well wishes to Puckett, who tried to tough it out today on the broadcast, but he wasn't feeling well. Has been dealing with a stomach bug and had to
Man,
dip. So
shout out to Chris
Ali.
Bucket, man.
Yeah, shout out to Ali and Ant for carrying there, but send your love over to
Yeah.
Chris on Twitter and let him know that you are thinking about it.
You know,
Just
Ali
trying
and
to
Ant did a
get
good
through it.
job. It's always hard when you have to adapt. When you lose a co-host and you got to adapt, and it's just two of them. It's probably for both of them something they're not used to. So shout out to them and shout out to Chris Bucket, man. Hopefully he's okay, man. Get well soon, Chris Bucket. We love you, man. That's the GOAT right there,
Shout
bro.
out that boy,
That's the GOAT, bro. So shout out to Chris. Ben, why don't you do us a favor and sync this pot, man? We got a lot of votes coming in. Okay, right now we got 8.5 million on you making the putt, 3.7 million on you missing, and it's still rising. The poll is rising. Get your votes in now.
Sounds like I should throw in miss then, right? Is what it sounds like.
That's up to
What
you.
the fuck?
That's up to you. That's kind of fucked up that you would say that. That means that everybody that's rooting for you, you're about to just say fuck you, and you're just gonna miss on purpose. That's crazy. That's fucking insane. Hopefully Benji doesn't do that, guys. What if he throws the fucking pot? Then what? They're gonna be throwing tomatoes in here. Benji the scene. Come on, let's go. Pat, what do you got? Making it, missing it?
Miss. No question.
You gotta miss it. You gotta miss. What's going on here?
I gotta make.
You gotta make Chris. What
I'm
do you
gonna
got?
make.
He's making it.
I think he's
Ben
gonna
is
make it
far
too.
too distracted.
I think he's gonna make it too. He's got his slippage on.
Ben, don't get nervous. I know you can hear us.
He's got his stinky fucking
Pat's
slippage
got you
on.
on a miss, Ben. Don't listen to
I'm
him.
in his
Stepping
head,
up to the
Sam.
green. He's
I'm in
put
his
the
head,
ball in the
Sam.
green. He's gonna
Nah,
step
I
up.
know
He's
you
gonna
got
line
channel
it up.
points
He's
on
gonna
Make
let it
Pat. I
rip
know
it
you have
just
channel
like
points on
that.
Make
He's
Pat.
gonna sink the ball. Was
I
going
know
in
you
there.
had channel points
Ha!
on Make Pat.
I'm out of channel points.
I'm not
Just
gonna
too icy,
lie.
Tom. It is too icy.
I will say, Ben, you hit that pretty hot, but you put some pace on that part.
Yeah, I was confident putt. Is what that was.
Jesus fucking Christ. Bang! From downtown from the logo. It's Benji Nassim. Give it up for the executive. Ben, they're going crazy. Look at them. They're going fucking nuts. What a pop from Ben to end Saturday. But guys, we'll obviously be back tomorrow for the watch party. I'm going to tweet out my picks early tomorrow morning. So guys, if you guys want to tweet me your picks back, like the tweet, tweet me a screenshot of your prize picks going into the day. I would love to take a look at those, man. I'm going to tweet out my picks tomorrow. So make sure to check that out. Use code ZOOMA, sign it up with prizepicks.com. And then, of course, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Go to anchor.fm/theflank to check out audio sites. So we're on. Go follow at The Flank on Twitter. Gert's doing a phenomenal job running socials. Zooma.gg to check out the merch. And as always, man, take care. Brush your hair. And we'll see you guys tomorrow on another episode of The Flank. Take it easy.
Peace.